Hello all, welcome to part 2 of TestNG training series. In this session, I'm going to explain and practically demonstrate how to install TestNG and further use in projects. So let's get started. The previous session, I covered what is TestNG. Now I am going to practically show you how to install TestNG and use in our projects. Okay, day-to-day projects. So first of all, this TestNG, I'm talking about installation, but TestNG is not a software, guys. Okay, it's not an exe file. So for example, if you have to install Java, you have to download Java exe file and double click and install it. But TestNG is not such kind of software which can be installed with the help of the exe file. Instead, it's a library. Okay, instead it's a library similar to Java. Java is also a library, guys. Okay, when you install exe file of Java, you'll get this Java library. Similarly, TestNG is not a software, guys. It's a library. Okay, it's a library, contains a lot of predefined classes and interfaces. Okay, and those classes and interfaces further contain predefined methods and variables. Okay, TestNG is not a software, instead it is a library. So I'll show you guys practically like how TestNG is a library and all. Here is a link. Okay, here is a URL that you can refer to. Okay, so which contains, okay, TestNG is a library. Let me show how the TestNG is a library. It's not a software, it's not available in the form of exe file to download and install. Rather, let's go to this website. Looks like it's taking some time. Okay, the website has loaded, but there is some problem. Okay, you can still see the library here if you want, but the UI is not good. Okay, UI is not good. There are packages, org.testng and all. Under this package, there are classes. Okay, there are several predefined classes and interfaces and all those stuff. Okay, otherwise you can do one thing, guys. Okay, testng library Java doc. You just Google search for this, you will get something out of this. Okay, you see something is coming here. Java.io and just latest and something is coming. So you see here we have the packages, and in this, if you go to one of the package here, okay, you see some interfaces are coming here. Some interfaces are coming. Some predefined classes are coming here. This all belong to the TestNG, guys. Okay, TestNG is built. This predefined classes interfaces of TestNG are built by the developers of the TestNG, and of the official website of TestNG is testng.org, guys. Okay, the official website of TestNG is testng.org. Actually, this Java doc has to work, but that Java doc is also not working here. So it's better to Google search the way I have done. Simply Google search saying the TestNG library Java doc. Okay, the best way of going was to the library was clicking on this Java doc, but it's not taking us to a proper page. Okay, so for a while, temporarily, you can Google search like this TestNG library, and you'll get this library. And here in this library page, you will find all the predefined mm, classes, packages, and under each and every package, there are predefined interfaces and classes. And if you go to any of this class, let's say, and this class contains some predefined you see constructors and methods and all those things are coming, okay, which we can use in our projects. Fine, that's how TestNG is not a software, guys. It's not available in the form of exe file. Rather, it is a library which comes with a predefined classes interfaces containing some predefined methods, etc. Okay, that we can use in our programs. So this TestNG, as I already mentioned, can be used with Java programming language. You cannot use TestNG testing framework with any other programming language like C# or Python or Ruby or whatever it is. TestNG testing framework can only be used with one programming language, that is called as Java, guys. Okay. So in order to use this TestNG library with Java, first we have to have Java installed in our machine. If you don't have Java installed in your machine, then how can you use TestNG library with Java programming? So let's first, okay, as a prerequisite for TestNG, as a prerequisite for installing TestNG in Eclipse IDE or whatever the editors and all coming going ahead, first we have to have Java installed in our machine. How to install Java in our machine? So I'll simply go to this Google and search for Java JDK download. Okay, I can simply say like this, but which version of Java we have to download? I always prefer downloading the latest LTS version, guys. Okay, so how to know about the versions of Java? So search here Java versions. Okay, you will get a Wikipedia page somewhere here. Click on the Wikipedia page, guys. Okay, you'll be taken to a table which consists a complete list of versions of Java. You see, the first version of Java got released in 1995, with the way long back. Okay, now coming down, so the latest version, as you can see, will be released in 2023. Okay, the time has not come. While I'm recording this video, it's still September 3rd, 2022. But in September 2023, LTS version, long-term support version, is going to get released. Okay, but this is not yet released, guys. So what is this LTS version actually? Long-term support means after you install this and for a period of time, Java developers are going to give you the updates. Okay, so you don't have to worry about the updates and move to the other version. So you can use this version for long period of time. Such kind of versions are LTS versions. So if you see this latest LTS version, whatever that is available for at this moment, okay, so is Java SE17, guys, okay, which is released in 2021. Okay, September 2021. That is this month only it got released, guys. Okay, Java SE17 September 2021. It got released in this month only. Okay, in this sorry, 2021, right? Last year it got released. Sorry, it's 2022, right? So next year, Java SE18 is also released March 2022. It's September. So September 2022, Java SE19, but these are not LTS versions, guys. At this moment, the latest LTS version is Java SE17, which got released in 2021 September. That is almost 1 year back. Okay, almost 1 year back, the latest LTS version. And but this particular version, if you install once, you're going to get updates till 2029. You don't have to worry till 2029, guys. That is 7 more years. You don't have to worry. Okay, you will get updates on this version. Okay, so but these versions only 6 months they are valid. Okay, after that you will not get updates. You see they are blank. Here the last column is blank. But this one, if you install, you can use it till 2029, no problem. So let's go with the LTS version. So let's go with the Java SE17 LTS version. So how to download this latest version of Java SE17 here? Download, just say 17 here, okay? Java JDK download 17 LTS, and you'll get a link. Java SE17 downloads from Oracle. Scroll down here, and here we got the latest version in that 17 is 17.0.4.1. Initially it got released as 17, guys, as you can see here. Java SE development kit 17 is there. JDK, guys. Okay, you have to install JDK. Java JDK stands for Java Development Kit. Okay, 17 version is released, but you see updates will come till 2029. You will get updates 17.0.1. So over a period of time, you'll get lot of versions. At this moment, when I'm recording this video, the latest version or latest update of Java JDK 17 is 17.0.4.1. Tomorrow, when you are watching this video, it may not be the same version. You may have a latest version. Whatever the latest version of 17 is there, you can actually go even more than 17. If you see any LTS version, you can go with that also. That's also fine. And my machine is Windows machine, guys. So this is Linux for this for Linux. This is for Mac. Okay, these are for Windows. Okay, I'll go with this Windows 64 installer, guys, and I'll click on this exe file. Okay, you see exe file is getting downloaded. Let's wait for this particular exe file to get downloaded. JDK 17.0.4.1. Okay. After this exe file is downloaded, we are going to double click and install it. Okay. So it's a prerequisite for TestNG, guys. If you want to use TestNG, first you need Java. Okay. Without Java, you cannot. Okay. Stuff. This exe file, I'll double click. In a while, I'll get the installation wizard. First, it will ask me yes or no. Some kind of confirmation dialog will come. User access control dialog. And after that, you see, I got the user account control. I'm just selecting yes. And after that, I'm getting an installer. Click on next. You see this particular version of Java that I'm trying to install is going to be installed in program files, okay? Because it is a 64-bit version. In C drive program files folder, a Java folder will be created soon. Now, before installing, let's go to the C drive. Here there are two program files folders. There are two program files folder. This program files x86 and normal program files. This is 32-bit. This is 64-bit, guys. Okay. So since our Java version that I'm going to install here is a 64-bit version, it's going to go into the program files. And here a Java folder is going to be created. At this moment, there is no Java folder here. But the moment I click on next here, a Java folder will be created. Under that, another folder JDK with the version of the Java that I'm installing, JDK 17.0.4.1 will be installed. Click on next. You see, in a while, you will see a Java folder being created here. You see Java folder got created already while the installation started. Let the installation finish. It will not take much time, guys. You see successfully installed, just click on close the Java folder. Inside that JDK 17.0.4.1, inside that we have the bin folders and all. Okay, fine. This is how we have to install Java, guys. It's not only about installing Java, guys. We have to configure the Java. Okay, after installing Java, okay, we have to configure the Java. How to configure Java? Here it got installed. Okay, this is the home. Okay, home path of the Java that is installed in my machine. Copy this home path and here click on this search icon and type edit system. Okay, just type edit system. You'll get this edit system environment variables from control panel. In the latest versions of Windows, Windows 10 or Windows 11, you can search for this kind of thing and you'll get this option on the top and you can directly go to this system environment variables. But in the older versions of Windows, right, if you're using any older version of Windows, you have to Google search, guys, and go to the control panel and find this option. Okay, or you can right click on this PC and then select properties, and there's another way to get it. Okay, but you can Google search it out, and most of the people will be using Windows 10 and 11, so it's better to search it, and you'll get this dialog, guys. When you say edit system environment variables, you'll get this dialog. Okay, and here advanced tab is selected by default. You just select environment variables, and here there are user variable section. Under environment variables there are user variables and system variables. Let's focus on the system variables, guys. Click on new. Here create a variable known as system variable known as Java underscore home. Okay, and give the path of this home page, home path of the Java JDK. Okay, just give this path where these bin folders are available. Okay, so after we install Java, we got this folder, and inside this folder, these bin folders are there. Up to that, give the path and say OK. So this system variable that we have to manually create like this and give the path. And there is one more system variable known as path, which comes by default in your operating system. You don't have to create this. Just find this and find this path system variable and click on edit. And here click on new and say percentile. Okay, Java underscore home. Okay, we created a system variable, right? Java underscore home. The Java underscore home path. Okay, backward slash followed by this bin folder. Inside the bin folder, till inside the bin folder we have to go. Okay, either you can give the full path also, or you can give this shortcut path like this. It will take the Java home path till here, and under that bin folder it will go and say okay, 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 okay. Till bin folder we have given the path in the path environment system environment variable. Okay, till here we gave the path. So after doing that configuration, guys, to see whether the Java is properly configured in your machine, from anywhere in your machine, open the command prompt. Okay, open the command prompt and say Java hyphen version and see whether the whatever the version of Java that we have installed is showing here or not. 17.0.4.1 version is being shown, Java hyphen version. Okay, it has been installed. Okay, Java hyphen version is coming. The whatever the version. This is a successful installation of Java, guys. Okay, this is how we have to install Java successfully. Now to write the Java programs. Okay, even though you install Java, Java will not give you any editor to write the Java programs. Okay, rather we have to go with some kind of editors. Okay, we cannot go with basic editors like Notepad or Notepad plus plus. They are basic editors. Okay, but to work with Java programs, to run the Java programs, to compile the Java programs automatically and all, with a lot of smart features available in the editor for writing the Java programs, we have to choose Eclipse IDE or IntelliJ kind of editors. I'll choose Eclipse IDE for now. So for installing Eclipse IDE, Java software should already be installed. So we already have installed Java software. So there's no problem now. We can now we can install Eclipse IDE. Okay, let's install the latest version of Eclipse IDE now, whatever that is available as per this particular date and all when I am recording this video. Okay, so Eclipse IDE is an advanced editor where you can write the Java programs, where you can Eclipse IDE will automatically compile the Java programs. Eclipse IDE will auto generate a lot of code for you. It has IntelliSense. Even though you type partial letters, it will give you the predefined class and interfaces of the Java programming and all those stuff. Okay, and you can run them easily, run the programs easily. You can create the Java projects. Many advantages are there with this editor. If you use basic editor like text file or notepad, you will not have options to create the project or do whatever that I just now mentioned. Okay, so let's install Eclipse IDE where I'm going to write the Java programs, and this TestNG also we are going to install in Eclipse IDE editor only. Okay, so before we install TestNG, first we have to install Eclipse IDE. Okay, so how to install download and install Eclipse IDE? Simply say download Eclipse IDE. Okay, just say download Eclipse IDE. You'll get this link, guys. Click on the link and you'll be taken to this home page, guys. Downloads eclipseide.org downloads page you will be taken, and if you scroll down a bit, you will see the latest version of Eclipse IDE. June 2022, the latest version is there. As per the recording date, it's September, but the latest version is released in June 2022. When you are watching this video, you may get a latest version also. Okay. So whatever the latest version that is available here, click on the download button. In a while, the Eclipse IDE will be downloaded in your machine. Okay, just wait. Sorry, it has taken you to another page. Again, download button is coming. Again, click on the download. Now it will download the exe file. Okay, it's a free one, guys. Okay, Java is free, Eclipse IDE is free, everything is free. Whatever I'm showing is free. An exe file is getting downloaded. Now, once it is downloaded, guys, we are going to double click on this exe file and install Eclipse IDE in our machine. Okay, that's what we are going to do next. Let's wait for the download to complete. I'll pass and resume the video once the download of exe file is completed here. So the Eclipse IDE exe file got downloaded now. Let's go to the location where it got downloaded, my downloads folder. Double click on this exe file. In a while, you'll get an installation wizard here. Let's wait for the installation wizard to appear. Eclipse IDE installation wizard. Okay. So this Eclipse installer is showing us different options, guys. Eclipse IDE for Java developers, Eclipse IDE for enterprise Java and web developers, and so on. So this one is a basic one, basic version of Eclipse IDE. If since they are providing enterprise for free, so why not go with the second option? Okay, it has a lot of options, a lot of advanced features compared to the first version. So let's go with the second option, Eclipse IDE for enterprise Java and web developers option. Select that, and now you'll get this install button, and it will be installed at this location, guys. See, users are my username folder, Eclipse. At this location, it will be installed. Okay, it has detected Java version. You see, whatever the Java I have installed, it has detected from my program files folder. So this is the folder where Eclipse will be installed in my machine. So click on install button. It will take and it's asking for license agreement. Accept now, and installation has started. It will take some time, guys. Okay, I'll pass and resume the video because this installation will definitely take time. Okay, once the installation is done, I'll resume the video. Okay, so the installation is done, completed successfully. We can launch the Eclipse IDE, guys. We can launch the Eclipse IDE. Okay, so just click on launch. The Eclipse IDE will launch. Once it is installed, we can launch. So it will ask for in the next screen, it will ask us to provide the workspace where you want to store the Java projects that you are going to create using this Eclipse IDE. Okay, that is going to the next step. Let's wait for the workspace options to be displayed here. You see the workspace, Eclipse IDE launcher workspace. Okay, this is a place where by default Java projects will be stored, but I want to choose a different place. Okay, if I want to choose a different place where I want to store my Java projects in my machine, I can still do that. Click on browse, I'll go back and I'll just create a new folder where I want to store the Java projects in my computer. Okay, so I'll say this as TestNG Eclipse. Okay, ID something. Okay, select folder and click on launch. So that location, okay, that I have given here in the workspace, that workspace is the place where all the Java projects that I'm going to create using this Eclipse IDE editor will get stored at that location. Okay, we can go to the location also, guys. Okay, not a problem, we can go to the location, but here our main focus is on TestNG, how to install TestNG. Okay, so TestNG need to be installed in this Eclipse IDE editor, guys. Okay, let the Eclipse IDE editor to launch, and later I'll go step by step with TestNG and why we have to install TestNG in Eclipse IDE. Everything I'm going to cover in this session. So Eclipse IDE has been launched. Okay, and welcome screen has been come. Just close the welcome screen, guys. You will get the project explorer and this place where the files that are opened will be shown here. You can minimize the remaining stuff, not required. Minimize the remaining stuff. Okay, only these two are enough, project explorer and this part. Now, guys, what next step is, let's create a Maven project. Okay, before installing TestNG, let's create a Maven project. Okay, in real time, we create Maven projects, guys. We work with Maven projects. Okay, so we'll not use the traditional Java projects. Rather, we'll use the Maven projects in real time. So we'll start with the Maven projects. File, new, select this project, guys. And in this select a wizard, new project wizard, just go for the Maven folder and select this Maven project option. Okay, click on next. So to write the Java programs, I am creating a Maven project, guys. I am instead of using traditional Java projects, I am using Maven project. So click on next without changing anything. In a while, you will get some archetypes. So we have to use an archetype known as okay. So here we're creating a Maven project. We have to use this Maven archetype kickstart here. Okay. Let's wait for the archetypes to be displayed first of all. Retrieving the archetypes. These are like templates for the projects. Guys. Different project templates are there. So we'll be choosing one of the template. Okay, a lot of templates came here, but the template that we need is this template of from Maven archetype quick start project template. So let's type Maven just to filter out, guys. Let's type Maven hyphen archetype hyphen quick start. Okay, quick start. Now select this Apache 1.4 version, Maven archetype quick start Apache version. Next, and give the project name here. Give the project name. Let's say TestNG demo, I'll say for now. Okay. TestNG demo, I'll say the project name. You can give any name. I'm just giving this. I'm giving the group ID as TD. I am giving the package name as TPack. Okay. But this is a project name, guys. Artifact ID is a project name that you are giving. Okay. TestNG demo project. If you want to have more clarity, you can say TestNG demo project. Okay. This is a Java project actually. But the main reason why I'm creating this Maven Java project is to, okay, explain you how to install a Eclipse IDE in TestNG in Eclipse IDE editor. Okay, click on finish. In a while, a Maven project will be created with the given name TestNG demo project. Okay, let's let it complete 100% here. Let's wait for that to finish. Okay, we'll follow with the next steps. Okay, once it is 100%, we'll go with the next steps. So it's 100%, guys. Maven project got created. We can expand this now. And here, delete the default package and class file under src test java. Okay, there is src main java, src test java. I'll go to src test java. A default package and file came. I'll delete this default package, guys. I'll delete this default package. I'll right click and say delete here. Click on OK. It got deleted. Delete the default package and class file under src test java. And without now the next part is without TestNG, okay, without installing TestNG, if I have to work with the Java projects with this Maven project, how I'm going to work, okay, that I'm going to show you. I'm going to create a main method and run the Java application. Here, guys, under src test Java, I'll create a new class file. Okay, I'll name this as demo file. Demo name of the Java file I'm just giving as demo, and I can auto generate the main method. I can type this main method automatically. I mean, automatically I can auto generate it. I can type it manually. Public static void main. So now if you go here and see here, guys, a class will be created, demo class will be created. Under the demo class, main method will be there. Okay. So the font size is bit small. So what I'll do is I'll go to the project. Okay. Properties, select properties. And here under resource, I'll expand resource. I think this is not the one. So I think I have to go to window, guys. Okay. Window preferences. Okay. I went to the project. I should go to window preference. I expand the general. I have to select appearance, colors and fonts, first option, and basic one you expand here and go to text font, click on edit and change the font size to 18 so that you can see the difference here, the editor. Okay. Now the font size has increased. The class has been created as demo class. Under that main method has been created. Okay. Remove this part. Inside the main method, you can write whatever the code you want. Okay. System.out.println. I'll say I'll give my name here, guys. Okay. So if I want to run this code, since there is a main method, as you know, in Java, the execution will start from the main method, guys. Okay, execution starts with the main method. So without main method, I cannot run the classes. Okay, so only if these Java files have the main method, then only we can run the Java classes. Run as Java application. If you say, always say okay. So my name will be printed in the output. You see, my name got printed in the output. Okay, my name Arun Motri got displayed in the output under the console. Okay, you can drag it here. Otherwise. So in the output, I got my name. Okay. Okay. So fine. So what if there is no main method? Okay. If there is no main method, and can I run the Java file? Right click run as. You see, I'm not getting any Java option. Okay. Again, Control Z. Now right click run as. You'll get the Java application. Okay. You'll not get this Java application option without this main method. That means without main method, you cannot run any Java programs. Okay. When the main method is there, you can run the Java program from the using this right click option Java application, or you can right click on the demo.java and say run as and select the Java application. or you can even select this run option from here. Okay, run demo file. Okay, different ways you can run it, but main method is compulsory, guys. Main method is not there, you cannot run this class, okay, at any cost. That's the thing. So without TestNG, it's compulsory that we have to use the main method inside the class, and we have to write the logic inside the main method and run the Java application. As just now I showed you, right? Run this, right click, run a Java application, you'll get the output here. Okay, you got the output done. Now, second thing is, now the next thing is, now I don't want to use the main method. Okay, I want to create a normal method and still want to print Arun Moturi. Okay, public void. I'll create a normal method known as sample method, guys. Okay, it's not a main method. You see, this method is not a main method, guys. I'll just name provide. Okay, sorry. I'll remove this. I'll just create a main instead of main method, I'll create a sample method here. Same system.out.println and I'll provide and say Arun Moturi here. And can I run this code? Right click, run as. I'll not get Java application option. You see, I'm not getting an option to run the code because without main method you cannot run the Java programs. Okay, right click here on the demo.java and say run as. Here also you'll not get Java application option. Here also, if you try to run, it will show you some run configurations dialog and it will not allow you to run. Okay, so the problem is there. Normal method cannot be run. But what we can do here is there is a option. There is a method, that is, let's add TestNG dependencies, guys. Okay, let's add the TestNG libraries. Okay, to pom.xml file. What does it mean? So you see, when we created this Maven project, we got this pom.xml file by default. Open this pom.xml file. Okay, sometimes it will show you the overview tab. Okay, if it shows the overview tab like this for some people in the beginning, right, it will show the overview tab. Just go to the pom.xml at the end and you will see this XML content here. Okay, there is section known as dependencies. Okay, if you are using the same project template, Maven project template, Maven archetype kickstart, right, you'll get all this XML content. Otherwise, you'll not get. Okay, better use the same Maven template while you are in while you are creating this Maven project. And here there is something known as dependencies. Under the dependencies, there is one dependency which is coming by default known as JUnit dependency. Okay, as explained in the previous topic, JUnit is also a unit testing framework or testing framework, you can say. And the latest next generation testing framework is TestNG. TestNG is resolving the limitations of the JUnit, and TestNG is powerful and flexible than JUnit. Okay, it's by default this Maven project is coming with JUnit library. So I don't want this JUnit, guys. So I want the TestNG library. So I'll remove that from the dependency tags from the pom.xml file. To get the TestNG libraries here, what I have to do here is, okay, I deleted the JUnit. Now I have to go to mvnrepository.com, and from there I need to search for TestNG. Then I'll get the TestNG dependencies. You just see here what I'm trying to do. Here I'll go to mvn repository. I'll go to mvn repository and search for TestNG, guys. Okay, TestNG, and I'll get TestNG here. Click on this, and here you'll get the latest version. Click on the latest version of TestNG, and here Maven, Gradle, and everything is there. Select Maven, and this is the dependency tags of Maven. Okay, this is the dependency tags of TestNG. Okay, so by adding this dependency tags in this pom.xml file, okay, just organize this so that it looks good. Just press tab so that it will be arranged, and just click on the save button. You see, TestNG libraries will be downloaded under the Maven dependencies. These are the TestNG libraries came. Okay, TestNG libraries came. So once you add the TestNG libraries, okay, once you added this TestNG library to the pom.xml file and saved it, now along with the Java library, you see by default when you create a Maven project, by default you got the Java library by default. Okay, without adding the dependencies here, you got the Java library and JUnit library. But I removed the JUnit library, and in place of the JUnit, I provided the TestNG library. Okay, so when I provided the dependency tags and clicked on the save all button here, under the Maven dependencies, we got the TestNG related libraries and automatically configured there. Okay, so now go back to the demo. Now we have the TestNG library, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to convert this normal method into a test case or test method. How to do that? In TestNG, there are different annotations, guys. There are some concepts known as annotations. I'll explain more about annotations later. For now, just to convert this, okay? Without this annotation, guys, right click here, run as. You will not get any option to run it, okay? Java application option or something you will not get. But here I need to add an annotation from TestNG library known as @test annotation. Hover the mouse on @test and you see you'll get an import option where you can import this annotation from TestNG library. Okay, these are annotations, guys. So you'll get more idea like in the upcoming sessions of this training series of TestNG. I'm going to show you. Okay, for now I'll show you how to install TestNG in Eclipse IDE. For now, we added the TestNG library to this project, and hence we are able to use this @test annotation from the TestNG library. Now right click, run as. Still you are not getting TestNG option. Even though you converted this normal method into the test method, still you are not able to run it. You are not getting any option. The reason behind that is we have to install TestNG plugin. Okay. So what I did here is we no more require the main method, guys. Okay, in order to run this code, these methods, we no more require the main method. Instead, we'll use normal method and convert that method into the test methods, TestNG test methods. Okay, unit test methods you can say otherwise. Okay, unit test methods or UI test methods or whatever the methods. Okay, for that we added @test annotation and convert that normal method into the TestNG test method or unit test method. Okay, in that print sample print statement is there, but when I try to run the TestNG test method, we are not able to run it, right? I'm not getting any run configuration options to run it. Okay, run configurations won't be available. So hence we have to install TestNG Eclipse IDE plugin. Okay, we need TestNG Eclipse IDE plugin to be installed. Just adding the TestNG library and converting this method into the TestNG test method is not enough, guys. In this Eclipse IDE, we have to install this TestNG Eclipse IDE plugin. How to install TestNG Eclipse IDE plugin? We have to go to the official website of TestNG, guys. I'll show you. Just go to the official website of TestNG, testng.org. Under that, which is the editor you are using? IntelliJ IDEA or Eclipse? Eclipse. So just select Eclipse, guys. Then select installation. You see, select installation. Here I provide everything. Install the plugin. Just click on install the plugin. Just follow it blindly. Then install from update site section. Go to the install from update site section. And here you will see a link, guys. Copy this link. Copy this link. And here the instructions are already provided, guys. What you have to do in Eclipse IDE. Select help new install software in Eclipse IDE. In Eclipse IDE, go to Eclipse IDE and select help install new software. Okay. After selecting install new software, what you have to do next? Then enter the updated site URL. Okay. Copy this URL and paste it here. Okay. Paste in the display dialog here and click on the add button. And here you can name it as TestNG, guys. You can name it as TestNG and say add. In a while, TestNG will appear here. Okay. In a while, after you click on add, in a while, it is loading TestNG. Pending is coming. In place of pending, you'll get TestNG in a while. Okay. Just wait. Just wait for the TestNG option to be displayed. Select TestNG option. Click on next. It will take some time to install, guys. Let's wait. Let's wait for the TestNG to be installed. So we are now installing TestNG plugin in Eclipse IDE. This is the process of installing TestNG, guys. Without installing this plugin, we cannot run anything using TestNG. Okay. So without main method, I want to run the method. So I converted the methods into TestNG test methods, but still I am not able to run because this TestNG plugin is not installed. Now I'm trying to install. This is the process for installing. Click on next. Accept the agreement. Click on finish. Installing software. It's installing the software, guys. We got some trust option here. Always trust all content. Yes, I accept there is no problem here, guys. Just blindly go with the trust selected. And it will ask you to restart also. Let's wait for the restart to happen. Once the restart is done, this TestNG plugin will be TestNG will be installed in this Eclipse IDE. Restart now. Save this file. No problem. In a while, it will be restarted, guys. And Eclipse IDE will be restarted, and TestNG plugin will be there for us. Okay. So these are the steps, guys. Okay. And restart the Eclipse IDE. Now, whatever the TestNG test method we are not able to run here, we'll be able to run now. Okay. Some extra options also will come, guys, after restart. It will show the workspace option again. It will show the workspace option again. You don't have to change the workspace. That is the place where the projects we decided to store our projects. Okay. Whatever created projects. Let's wait for the Eclipse IDE to show the workspace. The next screen. Okay, it's not showing the workspace directly. It went on somehow. That's okay. If you want to change the workspace, you still have this option switch workspace and say other and then change it if you are not getting that workspace option. Not a problem. That's okay, guys. So it has Eclipse ID got restarted here. Eclipse ID got restarted here. Now I'll close this pom.xml file. Now you see some extra options came. Run, debug. Under the test annotation, run, debug, and run all options came because we have installed TestNG plugin in this Eclipse ID. Now run this. Right click on this sample method and say run as. You see now you are getting TestNG test. Earlier you got Java application when main method was there. Now anymore we are not going to use main method because we are going to use TestNG testing framework to run this particular methods. Okay, this is a test case, you can say. This is a test method or test case method. And if you want to run this test case method or test method, you have to use TestNG. Okay, click on this test and the sample, see, allow the access, and you will get the output, guys. You will get a output. Okay, you will get an output. You see, output came. So output will be bit different, guys. Okay, from the normal general Java output, right? It will be bit different because you are running using TestNG now. So first of all, this whatever the print statement is there that got printed and Arun Motori got printed, and one runs, no one pass, no failures. Okay, this is what. Apart from this console tab, you'll get this TestNG tab here. Okay, you'll get this TestNG tab here. I'll just move it right side. So apart from this, you got the TestNG tab, and here you see the sample test got executed and it got passed. Okay, one passed. Okay, done. Minimize this. Done. So guys, now without main method we are able to run the programs. Okay, Java programs. Okay, that is possible with the help of TestNG. Without installing TestNG in your Eclipse IDE, we will not be able to run the Java programs with the help of TestNG. Okay, so this is all right. Okay, so also some extra options like run all came, and we are able to, okay, we are able to run the Java programs using in Eclipse IDE with the help of TestNG. Okay, the test methods. This is called as a, it's not a main method. No, it's a test case method or test method. Okay, because TestNG is a testing framework. So all the methods we will provide at the rate test kind of annotations and then convert them into the test methods and run them instead of using the main method. Okay, in TestNG we don't use the main method, we use the test methods. Okay, which have the at the rate test annotation. Okay, so what else is left out? So this is a Maven project, guys. Whatever I showed you is a Maven project. Okay, whatever I showed you is a Maven project. What if you have to uh, configure this TestNG? Okay, already you have installed TestNG in Eclipse IDE, guys. You don't have to do that again. But if you are working on a normal traditional Java project, okay, normal traditional Java project, if you are working on, then already TestNG is installed. But how to add the TestNG library? Already you added TestNG library to Maven project by adding the dependency tags from MVN repository. But if you go to traditional Java projects, if you want to add the TestNG library, how you are going to add? For example, this is a Maven project. But instead of Maven project, if I create a normal Java project, okay, I'll select new and file new and say project and go to the Java folder. I'll go to the Java folder, guys. Okay, Java folder and select Java project. Click on next. And here I have to give the project name, TestNG traditional, TestNG traditional demo project. Okay. So traditional Java project, guys. Okay, it's using Java latest version, whatever we have installed. Click on finish, guys. It will give you this dialog for module dialog. Don't create. Okay, just remember that, don't create. Remember my decision and open perspective. That's okay. So a traditional TestNG Java project got created. A traditional Java project got created. So under SRC, if I create a new class, say demo, and with main method, again with main method, I'm saying, and here if I write a print statement system.out.println, and I'll give my name here, Arun Motori, and if I run this code, right click run as Java application. If I run this code, you see I got the output as Arun Motori here. Okay, whatever the print statement that got executed and printed here. That's fine. But I don't want to use the main method. I want to use a normal method like public void sample. So and still use the same print statement system.out.println. I'll give Arun Motori here. And if I try to run this, I will not be able to run this. You know, right? Right? So without this is not a main method, so you cannot run this. Okay, in Java. Okay, in Java, if you have to run the Java programs, you need main method. But what I have to do is I have to add the TestNG library to this project. Okay, by default you are getting the Java library, but this traditional Java project doesn't have the TestNG library. In order to add the TestNG library, right click here and say new and create a folder here and just name that as library or libs or whatever it is. Okay, and now go back to mvn repository here. Go back to go to mvn repository and search for TestNG here. Click on this. Now instead of going for let's go to the latest version first of all. And instead of going for this Maven dependencies and all, here you see they're providing you one jar file. Okay, some jar file is provided. Click on this jar file, guys. TestNG jar file will be downloaded. Okay, a jar file will be downloaded. Okay, if you are using traditional projects instead of Maven projects, this is the process, guys. Copy this jar file and go to this Eclipse IDE and paste it here. Okay, and paste it here. Under the live, the jar file has come. Now, this is not configured automatically, guys. Right click on the project, select right click on the project and select properties option. You will get this properties for something, and here Java build path option will be there. Select that and select the libraries. And if you see the class path, if you don't see the class path, directly add the jars. If you see the class path, select the class path. In your Eclipse IDE, if you see the class path, select the class path. If you don't see the class path, directly add the jars. If you see the class path, it's compulsory for you to select the class path and say add jars, and the projects will be displayed in this Eclipse IDE. This is a traditional project. Under that, we created the libraries folder and we added the TestNG jar file. Click select that jar file and say apply and close. That's it. Okay. Once you did that, do that. Now add @test annotation here. You don't have to install TestNG plugin in Eclipse IDE because it is already installed, right? As part of the Maven project, we have already installed, so you don't have to install it again. Okay. TestNG Eclipse IDE plugin is already installed. Only the library was missing in this traditional project, so I was adding it. Now hover the mouse and import this test annotation from TestNG, and now save this and right click. Now you'll get TestNG option, TestNG test option, and you can run it. You'll get the output, guys. Okay. So here you got the output, guys. Unable to initialize main. Okay, there is an exception here. Some exception is coming. That's okay. What is the problem here? I don't know. In the traditional projects, there is a exception coming. Right click run as again. TestNG test. It's not working. Okay, maybe the jar file that we added is not working fine. So right click properties. We'll remove this jar file. Generally, it has to work, guys, but okay, it's not working. So let me delete this. Okay. Otherwise, it would have worked for us. Okay. So otherwise, it would have worked. Adding the libraries. MVN repository is not supporting. TestNG.org will go, and we'll go to download. Let's see what will come in the download. Dependencies and any library is there. Let's see. Uh, TestNG dependencies is there. Gradle is there. Snapshots are there. Okay, there's no jar file available. Okay, if you have the jar file, you can configure that in the. But that okay. That's the problems, case. These are the problems. Okay, TestNG jar file. Is there anything that will come? No, it's again taking us same page where we don't have the TestNG library. But we can do one thing, hover the mouse, and here add TestNG library, one option will come in Eclipse IDE, guys. Okay, so this is another way, guys. Okay, so if you don't want to add the libraries, and you can add from here, add TestNG library, is another way. Let's see whether it will be, yeah, now errors are gone. Right click, run as TestNG test. Let's see whether it will work. This time it is working, guys. Okay, this another way is working. Jar file method is not working, so I'm adding the library directly from the Eclipse IDE. Eclipse IDE is giving an option to add the TestNG library. After adding the TestNG library manually here in the additional project, I'm getting the output. I'm getting the TestNG output, and so here more things like TestNG results also will get, and this particular test is passed. This is how we have to work with the traditional projects, guys. Okay, but in real time, guys, we'll not use the traditional projects. In real time, we use Maven projects only. So stick to the Maven projects only. Traditional projects is for additional knowledge I gave. But how to install TestNG Eclipse IDE plugin, I showed you. That's only one time you have to do in Eclipse IDE. Even though you are using multiple projects here, only one time you have to install TestNG Eclipse IDE plugin in Eclipse IDE editor. Okay. So hope, guys, you understood how to install TestNG Eclipse IDE editor, TestNG plugin in Eclipse IDE editor in this session. So we'll move on to the next topics, the next sessions. Okay, this much is enough for now. So hope guys you understood how to install TestNG in Eclipse IDE and use in projects and run the Java programs using the TestNG annotations and all. Okay, TestNG methods, test methods, or TestNG at the rate test annotation provided methods, whatever you can call. Okay, so that's all for this session. In the next session, I'm going to cover another TestNG topic, session or topic for you or concept for you. Till then, see you. Bye bye.